Hello everybody, welcome back to Silver Tears Tarot. So this is kind of a special reading. It's going to be a soulmate snapshot. But what's special about this one is that the need for this reading woke me up out of a dead sleep. So I tried to wake my voice up before I pressed record, but here we are. You know, I don't even have my Silver Tears ring on. Hang on. Okay. Now I feel like myself. Okay. So what happened though, when I woke up, I realized there's messages that are wanting to come through. They weren't coming through clearly for me as I was lying there and kind of trying to do a meditation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let the cards do the talking this time. Of course, it's a general reading for our collective, so it absolutely isn't gonna resonate with everybody. This is a very special collective, but if it does resonate with you, then by all means, you may want to check out some of the other messages. Most of them come out in the morning in my time zone. And I do them very early in the morning. So tonight it's kind of a late night one. It'll probably finish uploading in the middle of the night if I'm lucky. So let's just go ahead and kind of see what's going on. It's messages that want to come out. We're just going to kind of let them come out. The first thing we want to see is that energetic backdrop, so we kind of understand the way that we want to take these messages. Okay, so we have the Tower in reverse. There's something that's being avoided. Something that, oh no, we want this one. There's something that's being avoided and something that is a strong amount of resistance, but it's like it's resistance that falls away very quickly if challenged properly. Okay, so, but it's resistance to a change. It's a strong amount of resistance, but it's paper thin. There's a lot of it, but if you hit it from just the right angle, all of a sudden the whole thing crumbles. And I feel like it's in the process of doing that. There's a feeling of energy being in the process of crumbling, and that is exactly like what I'm feeling, or what I woke up feeling. It was like, oh, here's a change. I thought at first, like, am I sick? Is something going on? And then I realized, no, I feel okay. I'm just being kind of bombarded with this message right now. Something's changing. Something's changing. Something where there's not been a choice. All of a sudden, there's going to be a realization of exactly what's a choice and what isn't a choice. It's still a lot of fear to overcome. I feel like, interesting. I feel like that's something that's probably gonna show itself a little bit more in this reading. It's something that it's the same kind of fear that's been showing up in a couple of the personal readings. So for those of you who don't know, I reopened my Etsy shop. And I don't know how long it's going to stay open. Really, as long as I can keep up and still feel like I can fit personal readings in, I will. So there are lessons that are coming to you, and it's like you are so full up on lessons that you're having a hard time absorbing them in. But there is real realization. So there's been a quest here. There's been a quest on your part more so than on your person's part. They need to go on this quest also, but they mostly have been actually, this is the energy of them trying to ignore it and shut it out. But there's a quest on your part to figure out exactly what it is that truly drives your happiness at this time. I feel like whatever it is that's crumbling and falling away changes both of your perspectives about what makes you happy. And things maybe feel pretty different from the way that they usually feel. There's a very sudden shift, and it was very, it woke me up. It was, this is something that feels like it's happening in the energy right now, and it's shift toward, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing a little bit more of this card, because I've really been feeling it coming through, and I've been seeing it again a lot in the personal reading. So I just reopened my Etsy shop a couple days ago. The link is out on social media. It's on Facebook. It was one of the previous, I just made a post a couple of days ago to say I'm going to reopen it, and if you want to check it out, here's the link. So there's only a limited amount of inventory. Obviously I can't do readings for as many people as watch this channel, but as long as there is inventory there, like as long as I've got numbers in there, as long as there are readings available, then it means I think I have time to do it within the allotted time that it gives me. So anyway, if you're interested, I'll put the link down below just in case. But this is a card that I've seen coming out a lot in those personal readings about that self-trust. And again, I've been feeling it coming out in this collective so much. I would not be surprised to see it a little bit more in these upcoming readings. So this Four of Pentacles is also relevant. Something has changed and fallen away, but it's like it collapsed with this, and all of a sudden something is not important anymore. So that's it for our energetic backdrop. Let's see, what is it like? What do you need to know about this energy that's crumbling and changing? And it's like when you wake up in the morning, it's going to be a different feeling. It's going to be a different, something's going to have shifted or be a lot farther through its process, it feels like. Okay, so Valet of Goblets. This is potentially communication coming to you. Potentially communication coming to you that is heartfelt, but somehow, I don't know if hollow is the right word, or maybe just too little, too late. You may not find yourself in a position to feel particularly receptive to it, but I get the sense you aren't going to be rude. So you've got this Eight of Pentacles. The only thing that concerns me is that you've also got this King of Pentacles in the reverse, and it's maybe not feeling like you are as deserving as maybe you are. You really are deserving of something special and something new that's coming to you, but you may not quite realize it. Look and see how much you have accomplished. Look back down that mountain to see how far you've come. This is important. Without that perspective, you might have a really hard time having the right appreciation for what you've done so far. You've got this Five of Cups in reverse, which tells me that you're evaluating things from a pretty balanced standpoint, but this energy is challenging to evaluate from a balanced standpoint. It is something that I feel like it's got this feeling of breaking or falling off a cliff, and you don't know how things are going to land. I really woke up with not a sense of panic, but a sense of, I have to know what this message is about. So the rest of these messages that are coming out are of particular interest to me. So there's some shifting as far as a crossroads your person has been coming to, or more or less standing at. They've more or less been standing at that crossroads, and now all of a sudden I get like they're picking a direction. I still feel like communication could come to you. That's definitely possible. I mean, I feel like you could wake up with it tomorrow, possibly. The Strength card in the reverse. That's going to work against the potential for you to receive that communication in the morning. There is like almost this nurturing sort of energy that's within them right now. I feel like they had one drink too many, and now they're, oops, I just dropped a card. Like they had one drink too many, and now they're going to drunk text you. That's kind of what it feels like. I know that's not in everybody's purview, or not the style that everybody has, but it's almost got that sense of just I'm just going to do it, you know, that kind of thing, despite the fact, yeah, this is it. This is that sense of things are off balance, but going in anyway. And this is, well, the strength card again is, that's the card that has them get as far as almost hitting send on the text, like missing the send button, or it doesn't hit the first time and then they just lose their nerve. It's so close. That's what happens with this strength card. But with this Five of Swords in the reverse, it tells me they might actually just kind of get themselves together and hit send. Again, though, I don't know that there is, oh, we don't want this, but we do want this. I don't get the sense that they are necessarily healed enough to have a meaningful communication with you. So if they come in, be prepared for that. Also be prepared for them to be feeling pretty down on themselves. But this is definitely the energy of communication wanting to come in. Let's see how you should handle it if this communication comes to you, or if this energy comes toward you. Let's just see. So we've got the King of Goblets in reverse. Okay, so the way that it looks like you're handling it and the way that you actually feel on the inside might be very different. I mean, it's like it's telling you to put on a happy face, or, you know, stiff upper lip, or make sure that you don't give too much of an evidence of whatever you may be feeling, particularly if it's a lack of confidence. Don't let it show. Okay. Don't let a lack of confidence show. If this person contacts you, that lack of confidence, oh, it's going to be perceived as a lack of interest. So this Ace of Cups does want to come out. I looked at that and I was trying to decide if it was part of it or not. It is. There's this feeling of, with the Ace of Cups, just this flood of emotion and energy potentially coming your direction, and this feeling of missed opportunity. So it's a very difficult energy. I don't know that they're going to communicate very deeply if they do come out. So this is what's driving it, but I think that's for you to know and internalize, but not necessarily to bring up. I get the sense that they can't handle actually having a conversation with any real depth, which is why you're kind of being encouraged to keep that stiff upper lip and maybe not show too much of your own emotion, because it's going to end up giving more than you receive, and that's a big no-no. With this relationship, we know that it may be very difficult for you to do that, to do what's necessary in that situation, because you may be incredibly inclined to, especially with them, incredibly inclined to want to move toward them and to give them every benefit of the doubt. You do have a new perspective here that says you're going to know when you're doing that. And the Two of Swords that says you will have the opportunity to reevaluate. So whether you're getting this energy, if you are getting this energy the way that I am, there may be some real desire to, I don't know, contact them when you wake up, or look for that contact. It's like you're going to feel like you're already in communication practically based on this, but it's like in communication, but something is happening. Like it's got that strong sense of something changing. So despite the fact that there's a lot of resistance to that change, you are not nearly as resistant to it. So we see the Tower here, and you are nowhere near as resistant to this change as they are. But it also has something to do with the fact that you haven't backed up and looked at the big picture just yet. And the fact that you've got, right now, a pretty good command of the situation, or you're rolling along pretty well with the load that you're carrying. But be aware that could change pretty much at any time. It could all of a sudden be a little bit more difficult to carry that load, especially if they do reach out to you and kind of destroy the balance that you've established, and that we see that they're willing to upset that balance in this energy. So that's part of why I get that kind of drunk texting sort of energy. So hang in there if they do reach out to you. This is a really strong, I am reading this as an incredibly strong desire on their part to reach out. So I suppose that could happen. I'm super interested to hear if you suddenly do receive a communication overnight, or if you start to receive them within the next 24 hours. I would be super curious to understand if something like that happens. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for being with me for my wild middle of the night kind of bizarre energy sort of, I just have to know what this feeling is. So that's that feeling of, that's that drunk texting energy, and it is thick. So again, I wouldn't be surprised to hear that some of you do hear from your person overnight or in the very near future, because this is an energy that feels like it's fairly upon us. So again, I'll put the link to the Etsy page down below in case somebody wants to get a personal reading, and I will do them until they run out, and if I will put in more opportunities for readings whenever I feel like I can do them. So right now the shop is open. It isn't always, and I know that's kind of one of those things that you know, we just never know with the schedule what that's going to look like. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you felt some of this energy or had some really bizarre dreams, I assume many of you, at least in the US side, are probably going to wake up and see this tomorrow. It depends on what time zone you're in as to when you're going to see it. But thanks so much for being here with me and for checking it out. And good luck. Good luck with this energy as it arises. I will, I'm sure, talk with you in the morning. All right. Bye-bye.